Silver State Trains, getting back to working on my layout again here. I'm gonna replace this switch here that's bulging because the plate came off underneath and I can't get it to stick. So I'm replacing this switch. Maybe the whole switch is bowed, I'm not quite sure, but I got a brand new one right there, so I'm gonna swap that out. And I was gonna begin work over here. I trimmed a piece of foam, but I trimmed it too short. So I'm gonna try it again. That way I can get this whole radius so it can be a nice radius wall. So I'm gonna work on that. Get these switch wires poked through, get feeders on here, and hopefully by the end of this video, I can be running trains on some new piece of track. At least that's the intention. So I gotta swap out that insulator there. And then I'm going to work on this area over here. I'm going to get that feeder through. Sorry, I got to get that switch wire through. And I think I got to get power to these two tracks there. So I want to get that done so that way the track is all in. And then I can run some trains some more. So I also need to get this poked through. And then I want to put some screws up from underneath the layout into the bottom of those 2x4s. Or actually 2x3, excuse me. To get that secured from the top. I don't want it moving. I have no need to get into the center of this track, or this layout, excuse me. So like I did in my previous area where this is going to be my lift off, so I can service the track underneath. I don't have any track underneath here, so I don't need to do that. Maybe I'll start doing something over here. Not quite sure, but I'm going to get to work. Well, progress has been made. Got the new switch in. Everything has the wires ran. I got this foam over here cut. What do you guys think of that? Building that gap nicely. I just need to glue it down and paint it. I also need to throw some tape over this to cover this gap. All I have left to do is to wire everything up. So I'll get to work on that, but progress. Track is in. That's how it's going to be. I got to test to make sure I have enough clearance right here at this edge. I might need to trim a little bit more, but I figure I'd like it to be as close as possible. Is my goal. So I might do a rock face there. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get to wiring. Okay, it's time for the maiden voyage. I haven't tested this out yet, but what is cool is, I don't know if you see this on camera, I did get this switch powered. So that's all hooked up to the panel now. Now I kind of goofed up when I made my first panel here. Right there. I did 5 switches. I didn't plan ahead for my industry up here, or at least I didn't plan on putting another switch up there. So if I only had room for one more switch, I'd be able to power that switch. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. So, but anyway, maiden voyage here. I know this isn't the right engine for this, but it's an engine and it works. Let's test it out. There we go. All right, first problem, no power. All right, I got to figure that out. Okay, let's see if I fixed it. All right, we got power. Next hurdle. Okay, that track works. Wrong button. Now let's back up. All right, next track. Let's see if it works. So far, so good. All right, that lane works. Let's try the other one. This is my last lane here. And it works. All right, this area here is all powered up and good to go. At least we're testing it, but we have to do something a little bit cooler here to see what this is actually, what this industry is going to be all about. So we'll run some more trains a little later. Let me get to my next project. Okay, this section of the track is done, so I'm going to test it to see if it works. And it's dead as a doornail. Pretty much been par for the course for today, but it's usually just that the blade connector didn't actually go where it was supposed to. So hold on. Let's see if I fixed it. There we go. We got power. All right, let's get this engine out of the way and I'll throw the switch and I'll test the other lane. Same problem. Story my life. Hold on. Okay, that was user error. Did you know that feeder wires need to be hooked up to the bus for it to actually work? Now you know. Okay, so let's see if it works now. Would you look at that? It's funny what happens when you actually hook up the power supply, right? Okay, well, I got all the wiring done. Let me just start that over. Wiring is now done. So I do see that this switch over here, I have some unevenness here. I still need to do some work with this area. There's a little gap, or not gap, but a bump that's causing this switch to kind of ride a little high. So I got to tweak that. And then I got to tweak this area over here. Let me move the camera. Yeah. So I got to still tweak that 4% grade. But I want to see what this looks like. So where are we at here? Oh, wrong turn. Let's see. Perfect. All right. I'm going to get my, what engine is that? The 6497. I want to see how the train clears my new foam that I added. So let's get this one going. It's been a long time since I ran this engine. See if she lets go. All right. Still have a little bit of rubbing over there. Oops, wrong way. I wanted to zoom in. So right down here, let's see what kind of clearance I got. Oh yeah, clearance for days. We're good. Look at that. Turn that headlight on. I got to go back. I got to clean. These passenger cars are scraping on that foam mountain back there, so I got to trim that. But yeah, it's looking good. All right, let's this one up here for the freight line is the one I'm most worried about. So let me reposition for that. Yeah, so my freight engine is stumbling all the way through this area. As you can see, I'm quite a bit forward here. It's just stumbling all the way through this track here. So I don't think the Keep Alive is fully charged up yet. That, or it's just the track is just so dirty in that area, I just can't help it. There you go. Come on. I gotta clean the track. It's been weeks since I've touched the track, and here's proof of concept. It needs a cleaning. Well, it's starting to look pretty cool. All right, we're testing this area here, see if we have clearance. Should I slow it down or just go for it? I think I'm just going to go for it. What do you think? Is it going to clear? Well, no rubbing. Sounds like something's off the track. Ah, I heard one little rub. Okay. I have a little wing hanging off. Right here. I just wanted to kiss the train as it went by. I'll take it. I think I'm done for today. It's starting to heat up in the garage, making it a little bit not unbearable, but just not enjoyable. So don't know how long this video is going to be because I did a lot of work off camera. So you guys have seen me drill a bunch of holes in the strip wires. It's nothing fun or exciting, but it just takes time. So maybe not a terribly long video, but I still accomplished a lot. Getting all that work in over here on this industry, getting that foam cut, which took me a couple of tries because sometimes I'm just an idiot and I didn't do it right. So I have to do it again, which is okay. I got it done. And then I got this section over. And then I got this section over here done. or at least wired in, I should say. I still need to work on some key areas that are, I'm not ready to glue this track down because these transitions aren't good. I'm going to have to work on that to make it a little bit better, especially, let me see if I can show you. We'll see if my trusty Athearn will do what it likes to do. When I was shooting my intro video, it was letting go like crazy. It was really frustrating. But then it hasn't let go since, or at least not on camera. So, but let's try. Let's see if it'll let go right where you see the beginning of that foam mountain or that color area. Right there. Okay. Well, it didn't let go. I'm happy to see that this engine is running without stopping, which is awesome. I know somebody mentioned that the gas tank could be rubbing. Let me try zooming in and see if we can see it. All right, can I get any closer? Oh yeah. All right, so there's my layout in all its beauty. So here we go. Let's try it out. It let go. It let go in reverse. So let's try that again. All right, let's see if it'll do it going forward, because it did it last time in reverse. But it likes to let go right there. So you can see what I think is happening is it's a very steep transition. You could see the axles or the trucks just doing a lot of movement right over that, right there, right over that little spot. So I had thought about, let me get this out of the way. Yeah, it let go in reverse for whatever reason. But I had thought about taking out that foam. Let me back out here so you can see my pointer. Let's see. I thought about taking out some of the foam right here and putting in a 2% starter in reverse. Use it as a decline to maybe break that gap just a little bit, or I can try to maybe hit it with my sander to not make it so gradual. So it's just a tough spot. So I want to make that better before I glue it down. So I wanted to do a little quick operation, if you will. This is how I envisioned using this area here, because to get into that one industry, I can't back into it. I have to push into it. So I was going to use this track here to kind of drop and go, and there's going to be some kind of yard engine staged up in this area to help with this stuff. So these mainline engines can just kind of drop and go. But right now, I need to do a little bit here, so I need to use the runaround track. I think I just changed my mind slightly. I could have done this differently. I'm going to use the smaller runaround track and drop off these covered hoppers. So I got to push these back. Give it a good shove, try to push. There we go. If I did this again, I would have just gone to this shorter line. I would have just pulled through, so I could have just unhooked right here. But I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to stop it here. Unhook these covered hoppers. I'm going to stage these cold cars on the bigger runaround track here, or the main line, I should say. Keep doing the wrong switch. Still doing the wrong switch. All right. I'm going to drop this off at the cement plant over here. All right, now I'm going to grab these coal cars, and I'm going to do it the unconventional way because my track is so problematic back there. I don't feel like backing up and dealing with it. I'm going to push forward. All right. First time putting cars into this industry. So this is where I'm going to build a big coal plant. Oops, wrong lane. Well, I tried not to look like an idiot, but no worries. I found a way. There we go. If you haven't noticed, I don't do a lot of cut or editing or redos. I'm just filming as I'm doing it. That's kind of what works for me. Hope you all enjoy that, just to kind of keep it real. So I'm going to push these into this industry here, and there we go. You disconnect some. All right, dropped off some there. Hopefully I can fit the other 4 in the other lane. Ooh, just cleared. All right, will they fit? All right, they're in. Well, there you go. That's how I intend to use this industry. I'll be able to, looks like I can fit, that's about 8 cars. So it's not bad. Be cool if it was a touch longer. I'd like, maybe have about 10, but I can certainly work with this. I think that's all the coal cars I have for micro trains anyway. So that is definitely, that definitely will work. But so I'm going to end it here for today. I might do some more work tomorrow since this is a long 3-day weekend, but I'm already getting hot out here, so I'm gonna wrap it on up. But thank you all for watching. You guys have a good one.